What's up guys? Welcome back. So this right here is the Sandyland. And you may remember in the last video with this thing, I tested out this battery right here. And this battery was actually pretty crazy. It made the car way faster. And it could actually do standing backflips on demand.
My gosh.
For about 5 minutes, that is, because we very quickly sheared a pinion gear. Now in the process of replacing the gear, I ended up stripping out one of these screws right here. And so in order to get it off, I had to use some pliers. So I sawed off the motor mount, as you can see here. But somehow, even with pliers, I could not get the screw off. You can see I have twisted the head completely off of it, and it has not budged at all. So I don't know what they did with these things, if they've like welded them in here or something. But yeah, this is permanently embedded in the motor now. So long story short, I've got a new motor with a new gear on it, and I'm gonna put it in the car. I'm gonna turn down the punch a little bit so that hopefully the gear lasts longer. And then we're gonna take it out for a proper test and see what this battery can really do. So step one of this is obviously going to be just putting the new motor in. And I've already done half of the step because I've taken the old one out. But it's pretty simple. You can see there's 5 screws right here. And once you've got those off, you can lift up this bit right here. And then the new motor just sort of goes in. There's a little slit here that it's supposed to slide into. There you go. Alright, so I've got the new motor in, but there's something up with the gear mesh. As I push the car, it just feels really uneven. Like it's really easy to push and then it's all of a sudden really difficult. So I'm gonna take the motor back out and have a look at it. Alright, so I've got the rear differential opened up here and I think I found the problem. So if you look down in here, you can see there's some little metal shavings right there. And if you look at the bevel gear, you can sort of see that the bevels sort of have a little concave to them. And the differential, if you look, some of the teeth seem to be a little bit warped and sharpened. So I think that's where it came from. Now I actually have a set of replacement diffs right here. I'd gotten these for the Speed Pioneer to try and fix a similar issue, but I guess we can just put them in the Sandyland and then figure out something else for the Speed Pioneer. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna clean this out a little bit. I definitely wanna get those metal shavings out so they don't get stuck in the new gears. And I also wanna get out some of this old grease because it's got a bunch of metal in it. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this Q-tip to get that all cleaned out. And so now I can put the new ones in. So the bevel gear, you see it's got that little slit right there, and that just lines up with this bit here. That, and the differential itself just goes in like that. And I'm gonna put some grease on this to keep the gears lubricated. Now typically with small gears like this, you can use something like Vaseline to lubricate it, but I don't actually have any Vaseline. So instead I'm gonna use this antibiotic cream stuff right here. And this is actually mostly petroleum jelly, so it's basically Vaseline. And I guess we'll have the added bonus that the diffs will not get infected. Put a nice glob of that on like that, and then we can just rotate the differential to get it in. Quick editor's note here, this is a lot more grease than you need. I way overestimated how much I should put in. I ended up having to take out a bunch afterwards. So yeah, don't use this much. And then we can put the cover back on. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't actually know how I got this out with these 3 screws still on, but I'm gonna have to unscrew them to actually get it back in. Alright, so that's the rear end pretty much completely reassembled. I just need to find the screw for this and this. Although it also seemed that I've forgotten to reinstall the drive shafts, so I'm gonna have to do that as well real quick. But yeah, I'll get that done off camera and I will see you guys when I've got that on. Alright, so we've got that rear diff swapped out and it has definitely made the car ride a lot smoother. Now there is still some random drivetrain resistance and I'm really not quite sure where it's coming from now, but it's a much more constant drag now. It's not rough like it was before. So it could possibly go away on its own, just because things will sort of work themselves into place as we drive. So we'll just drive it like this and I'll keep an eye on it and make sure it goes away. The very last thing I'm gonna do before we take this out is I'm gonna turn down the punch on the ESC. That'll just make the power ramp up a little bit slower instead of just going 100% all at once. It'll hopefully protect the gears a little bit. Now I tried to record a step-by-step process of how to do this, but it's sort of tough to tell what's going on. So I'm just gonna put some instructions down in the description and you can check that out if you wanna try it yourself. Alright, so it looks like the Sandyland's all ready to go. So let's get out and give it a test.
Oh, hey. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should put that spoiler back on. Oh jeez. Uh-oh. Oh. Ah. I think it is definitely top heavy because it always lands at its top. Oh, jeez.
So there it is, a 120C 3S LiPo for the Sandyland. This thing is pretty crazy. So speed-wise, it is definitely really fast. At some point, I would definitely love to get a GPS speed meter so I can figure out how fast it's going. Now, I was going pretty easy on it this time, so I didn't break anything. And thankfully, it did seem to work. So far, nothing is broken on the drivetrain, and that weird resistance from earlier has pretty much entirely gone away. But I definitely would love to upgrade these diffs in the future. So yeah, if any of you guys know where I can get some upgraded differentials, then please tell me down in the comments. The other thing that I really want to upgrade is the servo saver. The servo's got plenty of power to it, but the servo saver is just so loose that half the time it doesn't even steer. And so what that means is that I can't get the car to drift, even though it has plenty of power for it. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to see if I can get the battery to lay flat inside of the car. Currently I have it sitting vertical like this, but obviously that gives the car a really high center of gravity. Now obviously we're never going to be able to get this thing to handle well, but I definitely would like to fix the rolling problem. But unfortunately though, that is about it for today's video. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe for more Sandyland, and I will see you all next time.